done beta testing the eJPT version 2 certification, the eLearnSecurity Junior Penetration Tester version 2 certification. And man, was it a certification and a half. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what I think about the certification, everything I think about INE's online e-learning platform, and answering any questions you guys might have about the IT field in general. So stay tuned because we're going to talk about that and more after this. So the eJPTv2, this is the second version of the eLearnSecurity Junior Penetration Tester certification that INE is releasing. And from someone coming from a networking background and doesn't have much security experience, was it an exam and a half? I will tell you, I was not prepared. First of all, I'll be 100% honest. I really was slacking when it came to studying and taking my time to learn all the skills you needed. And I think I was misconceived when I heard, oh, junior penetration tester. I figured it was going to be a very much entry-level certification, and it is meant to be an entry-level certification into the penetration testing field. But there is a lot of big important skills that I just personally didn't have. I hadn't worked in things such as the Metasploit framework. I hadn't done a lot of investigation and enumeration of Windows and Linux-based systems, and it was a big exam. Now, I can't go into a lot of details because this exam is still not open to the public, but I can give you guys my thoughts on the exam and what you guys can learn to prepare yourself. And then also I'm going to talk about INE's online e-learning platform. Now, this was one of the first certifications that I had studied using INE's online e-learning platform. And I have to say, INE wasn't paying me for any of this. They're still not paying me for this. This is just my own honest opinion. I was really impressed of all the thought and detail INE put into their online e-learning platform. There is tons of labs, built-in virtual labs that pretty much for every lesson and every skill you learned, there was a lab to go test your skills. I'm a strong believer in, if you want to learn something, especially like when studying for like networking certifications and stuff like that, you need to be labbing and practicing the skills you are learning to really make them stick and really retain that knowledge. And with cybersecurity, it is no different. Labbing those skills, practicing those skills really goes a long way into retention and remembering the skills. And it's huge that nearly every single lesson you worked on, you'd have a video you would watch for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, and then you would click a button, and with one click, you would spin up a virtual lab in AWS, and it would configure it all for you, so you could hop right into the Kali Linux or whatever you're working on and start labbing your things that you were learning. You can actually start practicing these skills and putting them to use. It was just mind-blowing, like the detail they put into it. I was really thrown back from an e-learning platform where, yes, labs are important, but a lot of times you have to build them yourself. You have to either go out and buy hardware or try to build virtual box machines and set them up all yourself just to practice the skills. You'll be able to push one button and just be able to jump right into a virtual machine and start learning these really important skills. That was really crucial, and I think would lead to anyone's success in the exam. Now, this exam itself, don't just think you're gonna be able to knock it out in like 15 days like I tried to. I'll be honest, I was giving a 30-day time window to study for the exam, and I procrastinated, and the deadline came up, and I just started cramming and studying, and I was learning so much cool and useful information, but it just wasn't enough. I got about halfway through the exam, and I had probably only answered half of the questions, And I didn't run out of time, but it was just, I just didn't know. So this isn't an exam you can just jump in and take willy-nilly. But this is a really great exam. Let's actually go ahead and pull it up here on the screen here. Hopefully you guys can see this. So this is INE's eLearnSecurity's eJPTv2 certification. And it really covers a lot of the entry-level skills you're going to need to know if you're interested in a career in penetration testing. You can see right here, topics covered 25% of the topics covered is assessment methodology. So you're going to learn how to do enumeration on endpoints, information gathering. You're going to be using stuff like the OSINT framework to gather publicly available information on your targets. 35% of this exam covers host and network penetration testing. This is where you're actually actively penetrating an endpoint device. You're actually conducting exploits on these devices and trying to get root access. 25% is host and network auditing. So you're compiling information from the files on the targets. So these files that the targets that you have compromised, you're going to go in there and see what information you can get and enumerate off those systems. And then 15% of the exam covers web application penetration testing. You're going to do things like SQL injection and HTTP enumeration, brute force login attacks. A lot of really cool skills, and this is really just touching the tip of the iceberg. But these are the 4 main areas that you're going to focus on for this exam, and there is so much information to learn. And what's awesome is the way INE's laid out the course material for this is you get to practice skills and for like learning how to use the Metasploit framework and doing like SQL injection. They don't not only teach you like just one basic way and one example, but you can learn like 10 different ways on how to carry out that SQL injection attack. And so, you know, depending on what type of situation you come across, you'll be able to learn and adapt your skills and be able to really leverage those skills in many different ways. It's not just so cut and dry, simple, plain Jane. So it's a really great certification. And like I said, it is an entry-level certification. Don't get me wrong. This is one of the first of, you can see 3 here on this path of certification you're going to get on your course to becoming a professional penetration tester. But the skills, and you can go, this is a public available website, guys. This is, I'll drop it here in the chat. So if you guys want more information on it, you guys can go check it out. But this certification is really going to set you up for success if you're interested in a career in penetration testing. And it's going to teach you all the skills you need, whether you want to be red team, blue team. They really cover everything from both sides. You'll learn things like threat analysis and vulnerability assessments. It's really easy, to go down the rabbit hole, especially with INE's training. I found myself binge watching the training and working through it. Like, I'd always set a goal to do so much training in a day. And what was happening, I found out, is I get through the like half an hour I set aside to do training, and I was hungry for more. I wanted to learn more. So I would move on to the next module. I'm like, okay, this is so cool. What's next? Like, I just got to keep on going. Like, this is so exciting. And I'd find like 3 hours later, I'd be like, where did today go? I've blown through so much, knowledge and training. It was just fun. So I really, if you guys are interested in studying for an online certification, I'm now gone through the process, I'm a really good firm believer in INE. INE, their hands-on labs are top notch. I will absolutely say that. And if you guys are studying for like an entry-level certification, again, this is my opinion. This is like, INE's not paying me to say any of this, but if you want to just start studying for those entry-level certifications, this fundamentals plan is the cheapest plan out there for some of these online e-learning platforms. And if you pay for a year in advance, like this one here, they're actually going to give you a free voucher for this certification. You're going to get a free eJPT and an ICCA voucher if you pay for the fundamental annual subscription. I mean, this is such a useful resource, and they're going to cover things like the Cisco CCNA, the Cloud Foundations certifications. They're going to get access to the GitHub and Azure projects, and the hands-on labs. This here, the hands-on labs, I can't say like how important this skill is to have, this resource to have. And it's nice because you guys don't have to set anything up. It just, you click a button, you wait about 30 seconds, and the lab spun up for you. It's so great. I actually got a deal earlier for this year for a 2-year sub with an exam voucher. Would this be the best thing to pursue with the voucher when it becomes public? I mean, this is, if you are interested in a career in penetration testing, the eJPTv2 is an amazing certification. It was such fun to study for. Like, I can't remember the last time I had that much fun studying for a certification, because like I said, with every module, every lesson you learn, you get to go lab it, and it's so easy to lab. Like, like I said, I'm a huge believer in, you need to lab your skills to be able to retain them. But sometimes, let's be honest, labbing things can be a drain. You got to power on the equipment. You got to spin up the operating system. You got to get it configured properly to test out the skills. You got to install software sometimes. It can be a pain. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I hope INE doesn't get mad at me for this. Let me just go ahead and log in. Okay, I can show you this. So this is a lab that covers importing Nmap scans into the Metasploit framework. Oh, it's not on screen. There we go. So to get your lab to actually test these skills, you pick your region, US West Coast, and you click Start Lab. And you gotta wait a couple seconds. This typically took anywhere from 30 seconds to, I think the longest I had at one take was 3 minutes for the actual exam, because the actual exam is you're working in a lab environment through the entire exam, which is really cool. So we're at 20 seconds here. Oh, no, we have 20 seconds left. While we wait for this to tune in or to turn up, how is everyone doing tonight? Where are you guys tuning in from? How's everything going? And if you have any questions at all about the IT field in general, feel free to drop them in the chat. So you can see here, that was 30 seconds. I click open lab. Oh, it's still being built. So like I said, 30 seconds to a minute to build these labs. It is so great. Tuning in from Washington. My wife and family's up there right now visiting family. Michigan, welcome. Okay, boom. So a few clicks, we were brought right into this Kali Linux virtual machine. This is the target IP we're going for, and this is a full operating Kali Linux, and it has everything all set up for you, where you can just get right into a shell, or you can just go right, into the built-in tools and just launch things like the Metasploit framework. and like everything is already configured and ready to go. Boom, right there. We're in the Metasploit framework, and we can start executing our different attacks. It makes the learning process so much quicker and so much more streamlined. It is a lot of fun. I wish I could show you guys more, but I've really been asked not to reveal too much of this exam because it's still in beta phases, and there's a good chance some things I show you might not be on the final exam. So, but yeah, if you're on the fence about signing up for an online e-learning platform, definitely go check out INE. INE is one of the best, I want to say, in my opinion, is one of the best online e-learning platforms. And if you want to help out the channel, there's a link to INE down in the description. You can click that, and there is no cost to you, but it does help out the channel. It is an affiliate link. We get a small commission off of that. So this isn't me. Welcome. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the $5 super chat, the first super chat this channel has ever gotten. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It is going good. That's so cool. I've never got a super chat before, so that is cool how it works. It's going good. How's your evening going? So if you guys have any questions about the IT field at all, now is the chance to ask them. If you are looking into certifications, if you have questions about the eJPT certification or any certification, I am here to answer your questions. So make sure and drop your questions in the chat, and we will talk about them live here on the stream. So let's take a look here. Did I miss anyone's questions yet? You just got off of work, sat down and opened YouTube and saw this. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Looks like only 12% of you guys have heard about this certification. That's crazy. It is a brand new certification that INE is in the process of bringing out. I don't believe the actual launch date is even been revealed yet. Let's take a look here. So it's still fully in its beta phase. This is all just information about the beta. Yeah, they haven't officially announced it. I do know this exam, they are planning on it coming out, I think, after December or in December. So sometime around there. How do you feel about the Security Plus? Good to get for a first security certification. It is absolutely, the Security Plus is a good cert for a first security certification. I would not suggest the Security Plus as a first certification though. If you're just entering the field and don't have a lot of knowledge, I would definitely start off with a I'd start off with the A+ certification or something like that, kind of a more entry-level certification. And I definitely, before taking the Security Plus, I'd highly recommend a networking certification, such as the Network Plus, the CCNA, some sort of entry-level certification, because I'm a big believer in you can't protect the network unless you know how the network works. So you definitely need those networking skills before you've taken the Security Plus. Security Plus is absolutely, though, a great entry-level certification. So would be the eLearnSecurity Junior Penetration Tester. I won't lie, that would be a great entry-level certification. Another great penetration tester certification. See, the Security Plus is not necessarily a penetration testing certification. It's more of a security in general certification. Where the eLearnSecurity, you're going to learn security, but this more focused as a penetration tester. If you're interested in penetration testing, another great certification I would recommend is the PNPT by TCM Security. That is a great penetration tester certification. The Pen Test Plus is a great penetration tester. Penetration testing is kind of the sexy version of security, is what a lot of people are interested in. But there's also the blue team side of security where you're defending the endpoints, and that is definitely, I think, a lot more, I don't want to say popular, but a lot more in demand position is, okay, you have these people out there that figure out all your holes in your security, but there has to be someone to go fix those holes in the security. And that's where the blue team tester, the blue team people come in to put, implement the patches and try to keep the bad guys out. So that's definitely something you'll learn in Security Plus. All right. Not really a question, but I just started the 100 Days of Code Challenge for Python. A lot of cybersecurity professionals I watch saying it's good to have a good base understanding of it. Absolutely. Python is a very useful skill to have really in the IT field in general. Python is becoming more and more popular. You can use it for things like network automation. Definitely it is being used in the security field and penetration testing to automate things. Python is, I think, if someone was to ask me, hey, I want to learn coding, what language should I learn? I would honestly say Python is probably your best bet, because it's the most universal, I think, coding language out there you could use in so many different fields. So absolutely. Hey Beard, hey there, welcome to the live stream. How's it going? But yeah, the 100 Days of Code, I've heard of it. I've never looked into it. Definitely not going to be doing it anytime soon. I have so much on my plate right now. We are getting ready for our annual holiday tech training giveaway. We haven't officially announced it yet, but last year in the month of December, we did a holiday tech training giveaway, our holiday training giveaway, where we gave away $25,000 worth of certifications and subscriptions to online e-learning platforms. Last year, we gave away 10 annual premium subscriptions to INE and other platforms like that. So we gave away $25,000 worth of training last year. This year, I've doubled that goal, and my goal this year is to give away $50,000 worth of training back to my audience. So I am elbows deep in that right now. We've officially gathered $15,000 worth of classes, certifications, and vouchers right now. Like we're quite a ways away from our $50,000 goal, but we got some time. We've already started filming some of the videos for certain platforms that I cannot tell you. If you're a member of our Patreon, you know, because Patreon gets inside access to a lot of our informations. Doing good so far. Joining from the Cayman Islands. What time is it there in the Cayman Islands? The 100 Days of Code beat me up and took me out. Good luck on your studies. Need to try it again soon. Bad Panda, you done the 100 Days of Code. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do the 100 Days of Code. I think after the first of the year, I'll do the 100 Days of Code after the first of the year, and I'll probably put it up on my YouTube channel here, talking about it. So if you guys have any questions at all about the IT field or anything IT related, feel free to drop them down in the chat and we'll answer them live here on the stream. If you're just tuning in, we were talking about the eLearnSecurity's Junior Penetration Tester version 2 certification. I just went through the process of beta testing that. And man, it was an exam and a half, but it was good. I learned a lot of important skills. And yeah, I'm definitely better off for it. So don't think I passed the exam since it was beta testing. I won't know if I actually passed the exam for probably another 2 months. But I almost can guarantee you I didn't pass it because I was only able to get about halfway through the exam before I just couldn't answer the question. So I guessed on a lot of them. So but anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will go ahead and get those answered for you. Does have some difficult elements. I'm on day 4 and still working on day 3, but as long as I'm putting in work, I see progress. Now, I'm curious on the 100 days of code. Do you have to, like, is it a thing you have to do every single day, like on the weekends as well? And like, if you miss a day, do you fall like super behind and you're struggling to catch up? How is that? And who puts that on too? I'm curious. I've heard of it, but I can't remember. Let's take a look. Udemy? 100 days of code, the complete Python Pro boot camp for 2022. Interesting. 60 hours of video. Try to code a little every day. I can see how that'd be rough, but I mean, if this is the one you guys were looking at here on Udemy, I mean, it's a great deal. 78% off right now, so it's only $18.99. That's pretty cool. Wow, and they line it all out here for you. This must have been a course and a half to put together. This is the course you grabbed. Awesome. Jessica, thank you for the super sticker. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, we got the big bald Azure guy in here. You need to change your name to the big bald bearded Azure guy. I think that's more appropriate. The big bald bearded Azure guy. Thank you again, Jessica. I really appreciate it. This is my first live stream being monetized, and I've already got people dropping super chats and super stickers. That's so cool. So exciting. What was the cert that you got? What was the cert that you got that you're most proud of? I don't know if it's the most proud of. I was really excited, so I guess yes, this is the most proud of. I actually never ended up getting the certification, just because I fell out of the environment. But so Cisco Meraki had their, oh gosh, what is it? The CMNO, the Certified Meraki Network Operator Certification. So they had that certification. It was a 1-day course, and then you take an exam and you get your certification. And that was super exciting. And then they got rid of that and they brought out the new certification, which is the Engineering Cisco Meraki Solutions, I think. Anyways, what is it? Try to do a quick Google, but I can't find it. Oh, the ECMS, the Engineering Cisco Meraki Solutions. Yes, that certification. Part of that certification, before COVID, you actually got to go to Cisco Meraki's headquarters and take this course. It was like a 3-day course where they actually bring you down to you would fly down to San Francisco. They wouldn't cover your airfare, but the course was free and they fed you while you're there. So they would fly you down to the San Francisco or your closest Cisco Meraki office, and you would actually get to go and work on the actual network stacks that they had there at their Cisco Meraki office. So that was super cool. And so I was actually in one of the, I think I was the 3rd class they taught. there at the San Francisco headquarters, and it was a really amazing course. I never went back and got the certification because by the time the certification actually got released to the public, I was no longer working in Cisco Meraki gear, so I kind of fell out of that ecosystem. Now I'm working on Juniper stuff, but that was really cool to be, the third class ever to learn, to be taught at San Francisco Cisco Meraki headquarters. To actually get to fly there and spend, several days in San Francisco working in Cisco's headquarters. I mean, that is so cool. I've always been a big fan. You can actually see, right down there, I have some of my Cisco Meraki swag. I'm actually, in 2022, I was nominated. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. I was nominated the Cisco Meraki All-Star, or one of 25 in the world. My camera just wants to focus on my face. Sorry. Oh, there we go. I'll have to hold it back here. So yeah, Cisco Meraki Community All-Star in 2022. So that was pretty cool, and they sent me a whole bunch of swag and gear. So I think that was one of my most proud certifications, if you have to ask me. I don't have a lot of certifications, to be honest with you. I mean, I have certifications like my A+ and stuff like that, but I haven't gone out and got any other ones. Proud of you, brother. Congrats on getting monetized. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was a big journey. The channel's growing. We are like just a couple subscribers away from hitting 5,000 subscribers. That's going to be a huge milestone once we hit 5,000 subscribers. I think we'll have to do a giveaway. Maybe give away some of the stuff we got coming up for the holiday giveaway. Maybe we'll have to slip something out a little bit early and give it away early once we hit 5,000 subscribers. Let's see how many subscribers we're at right now. That's awesome. Sounds like a great experience. It was. But yeah, if you guys have, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We were talking about the eLearnSecurity's Junior Penetration Tester certification. Now we're just kind of hanging out and answering any questions you guys might have. So yeah, we're at 4,971 subscribers. So I think probably next week we'll hit 5,000 subscribers. But yeah, I'll announce it right here on the stream for you guys. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we'll do a live stream and give away a whole bunch of stuff. If we hit 5,000, matter of fact, if we hit 5,000 subscribers tonight in this live stream, you guys, I will give away a Bearded IT Dad shirt right now. Bearded IT Dad shirt of your choice. I will mail it to you for free if we hit 5,000 subscribers tonight. So share this out, go tell all your friends, and you guys will get a chance to win. How about that? All right, getting back on topic. Being in San Francisco is just an experience in itself. Personally, my favorite city. Yeah, it was an experience, and what was awesome is when I flew down there, I had rented like a Ford Fusion or something as a rental car down there, and I was actually able to upgrade to a Tesla Model S while I was down there for the exact same cost. So while I was in San Francisco, I got to drive around in a Tesla, which in San Francisco you get to use the supercharging stations absolutely for free. So I was able to drive this Tesla around for free all over San Francisco when I wasn't in my class. I didn't actually end up doing that much. I did go over the I went over the Golden Gate Bridge. That was like the most touristy thing I did when I was in San Francisco. But it was a lot of fun. So you're preparing for the CCNA now. Awesome. That's a great certification. Certification will definitely help open doors. What are you using to study for your CCNA, if you don't mind me asking? Are you using like an online platform like INE or CPT Nuggets, or are you using like a Udemy course? What are you using to study for your CCNA? Let's take a look here. Oh, subscriber count's rising. Wifey's gonna subscribe now. Well, tell her thank you. The Goldfish Adventures subscribed. Awesome. Like I said, if we hit 5,000 subscribers tonight, I will 100% give away a t-shirt. You're using Udemy Packet Tracer. That is a great course. I've heard great things about that course. I haven't looked into the different study options out there for the CCNA in a while, but Udemy is definitely a great inexpensive option. I know Network Chuck has a few YouTube videos out for the CCNA. I know David Bombole as well on YouTube has some other study resources for the CCNA as well, so I definitely go check those out. INE. Oh, are you using INE, not Udemy? Or I'm not too sure. That too. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I haven't checked out INE's CCNA, but I'm sure they have one. I'm actually looking at their courses right now. I know they have CCNP, and they have a lot of great courses. So definitely be a great resource. INE also. Oh, that's awesome. And that's one thing I really recommend to anyone who is studying for an online or for a certification is don't just use one resource to study. When I was first starting out, I was studying for my A+ certification, and I was just using only CBT Nuggets. And while CBT Nuggets was great, I started watching videos like Professor Messer and stuff like that, and it really he was covering topics that weren't covered in CBT Nuggets. So I really highly recommend covering multiple different ways to learn, like different online platforms, and don't necessarily have to pay for multiple platforms. Just find different ways to learn. Yeah, Keith Barker is a great resource from INE. So Jeremy IT Labs is a good source for CCNA as well. Absolutely. YouTube has become such a great resource to study for online certifications. I mean, almost any certification that is out there that you're studying for is on YouTube. So YouTube channel. Yep, absolutely. So I mean, while paying for an online e-learn platform is great, and I definitely do recommend it, pair that with like a YouTube channel or something like that. So I just clicked on something. Did I screw it up? Okay, sorry. Anywho, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and I will answer them. Or if you just have, general tech questions, or if you even want to hop onto the live stream and share your knowledge or ask your question live, go ahead and we can answer them and talk about them here live. Let's take a look here. Did I miss anyone's questions? Doesn't look like it. Anywho, yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream. Dedicated Discords are great as well. Good place to ask questions that are, and get encouragement. Absolutely. Discord is a great resource. I'm a member of quite a few different ones. Network Chuck's Discord is great for a lot of networking certifications. He has groups there. For career advice, KevTech, he has a really great career-oriented Discord. There's a couple other ones out there, like It's All About the Journey, which is oh gosh, I forgot the name of their podcast. It's all about the journeys. Is the name of the Discord channel, but it is, I'm totally spacing on the podcast. Anywho, brain's only working halfway tonight. Where are your studies taking you next? You know, I'm still kind of potentially working on some stuff with the eLearn Junior Penetration Tester currently. Linux Plus is in my sights right now. I keep on saying I need to finish my Linux Plus, and I'm definitely going to be start working on my Linux Plus certification. I want to get that certification done. After that, I'm definitely going to start digging into some Juniper certifications, some Juniper networking certifications. So that is definitely on my list as well. And after that, I really don't have a direction quite yet. Those are going to be a feat and a half as well. So I'm going to work on those, get those certifications taken care of, and then kind of go from there. So after party, yeah, we'll probably have a short after party. You know, for those of you who don't know, we have the Bearded IT Dad Discord server, and after every live stream we host an after party in the voice channel where you can kind of a lot less lower pressure if you want to hop in and talk on your microphone or even turn your camera on and chat. We just talk about tech and all things, just kind of relax and hang out in the Discord voice channel. So as soon as this live stream ends, there's a link for it down in the description for our Discord server. Come over, hang out in our voice channel, talk about tech, talk about beard oil, whatever. As long as we keep it PG-13, that's all that's good. No, that's all that matters. What resource are you using for Linux Plus? Definitely probably INE. I'm going to use INE's learning platform. I was using CBT Nuggets. I just haven't been a big fan of what CBT Nuggets has been doing lately. I've actually reached out to them on a couple other issues and just haven't heard back from them. So I've been switching a lot to INE for a lot of my training and stuff. Cloud, you know, yes, cloud is on my list of certifications to learn, but my current employer, my day job, we don't utilize cloud at all. Like we have a GCP like bucket, like a cold storage bucket, which is pretty much a backup of all our vital systems in case something happens locally to our backups. We also have a backup in Google Cloud Platforms, but that's all we use the cloud for. I mean, we have like our voice solutions are in the cloud, but we don't manage them. They're being managed by another company, so I don't have a need for it right now. I'm doing more with networking and on-prem servers. What does the Linux Plus cover? I was leaning more towards Red Hat. Well, you know what? One great thing about CompTIA certifications is they tell you what's on the exam. So let's pull that up together. Give me a few seconds here. They always don't make it easy to get the lab exam objectives. You have to fill out some form. Okay. Hold on one second. I'm pulling up the lab exam objectives as we speak. Okay. Oh, I gotta download it. Just show it on screen. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, CompTIA Linux Plus exam objectives. I'm just bringing these up because I don't have them totally memorized. You get 90 minutes to take the exam. They recommend you have 12 months hands-on experience in Linux, as well as an A+, Net+, Server+, or similar certifications. So 32% of the exam covers system management, 21% covers security, 19% is scripting, containers, and automation, and 28% is troubleshooting. So, you know, a lot of the Linux fundamentals are covered in the Linux Plus exam. You know, you're doing a lot of file management, you know, learning to use the appropriate tools and resources. So, you know, a lot of these, it is Linux, so it's going to cover stuff for all versions of Linux and all the different distributions. But I can pretty well guarantee you it's going to mainly be useful for Ubuntu. Ubuntu is becoming a really popular distribution. I guess Ubuntu is not necessarily a distribution, Debian, but anywho, you know what I'm saying. So, Learning Cloud is going to be great. Always welcome to join me, Beard. I will definitely learn you. I'll definitely join you. Gosh, I cannot talk tonight. Linux Plus looks fun. Linux is always a great thing to learn. Absolutely. The world runs on Linux. Once you get into the IT field, you'd be surprised on how much stuff actually runs on Linux. So, all right. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions come in, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream for tonight. We will have an after party in our Discord server, so if you're not already a member of our Discord server, definitely go over there and join. We'll be in the voice channel for a little bit after the live stream ends. If you guys have any questions at all or watching this on the replay, make sure you drop your questions in the comments below. And as always, I get back to every single one of you guys, so Ubuntu is great. Playing with it on old hardware, absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and make sure you guys are, if not already, are subscribed, as we have new videos come out every Thursday morning. Every Thursday morning, we have a new video coming out. We quite don't have a schedule for our live streams yet. Whenever we can work them in. So, all right, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy.